You know, if you go to the Federal Election Campaign website, Federal Election Commission website, it specifically says foreign nationals may volunteer their services on an American campaign. And, you know, I heard an anchor on CNN say, oh, well, that's a thing of value. Information, as you've written in the past, has never been considered a thing of value in an election campaign. It's just not.
No, it's not. And those who say that providing information is a contribution to a campaign, you know what that would mean? That would mean that no presidential candidate could receive information, advice, or opinions from anyone, not just foreigners, but anyone in the U.S. that wants to act as a voluntary advisor. And that's just an absurd notion.
Well, and Jonathan Turley, the professor at George Washington University, took it a step further, and he said, if information is a thing of value, then every politician and their aides who have conversations with foreign nations would suddenly become subject to prosecution. But the media is so obtuse. They never bother to actually look up the law.
No, that's true. And like I said, I mean, that is just not the law. And by the way, I say that as a former commissioner on the Federal Election Commission. I mean, I had to interpret the statute and apply it, and that is just not a violation of the Federal Election Campaign Act.
No, it's not. So where do you think this is going with Hillary Clinton campaign, the DNC actually paying for, which is different than just volunteering information, but paying for information? Doesn't that establish its value?
Well, yeah, it does, but so far we have not gotten any information that the FEC is actually investigating that. And I find it pretty ironic because I believe one of the Democratic commissioners on the FEC put out a press release just the other day saying, oh, yeah, this is potentially a violation of the law, and yet that same commissioner hasn't done anything to initiate an investigation against Hillary Clinton for paying a foreign intelligence agent to provide, to prepare that political opposition research.
And that's the difference. Hillary Clinton paid for it, and the Trump campaign, the president's son, was simply willing to listen. And when the meeting happened at Trump Tower with the Russian lawyer, no information was conveyed. But somehow that's a heinous crime and everybody belongs behind bars. It is mind-boggling. But Hans von Spakovsky, thanks for being with us. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.